My body isn't your resource anymore. She texted. I replied, done. Her lawyer laughed when I represented myself in court. He stopped when the judge read my petition. His hands started shaking. The phone buzzed once. Not a call. A text. I was standing in the courthouse bathroom. Fluorescent lights humming like insects trapped in glass. My tie was crooked. I hadn't bothered to fix it. Appearances were currency. I'd already spent mine. My body isn't your resource anymore. No greeting. No punctuation. I read it twice. Then a third time. Not because I didn't understand. Because it confirmed something I'd already buried alive. I typed one word. Done. Sent. My reflection stared back at me from the mirror. Calm. Empty. The kind of calm you get when a storm finally chooses its direction. In the hallway outside, lawyers laughed. Shoes clicked. A bailiff called a name that wasn't mine. Yet. I didn't rehearse what I'd say. I didn't need to. I'd spent months preparing to say nothing at all. Her attorney walked past the bathroom door, caught sight of me, and smirked. He looked pleased. Confident. Like a man about to harvest something that didn't belong to him. He didn't know I'd already burned the field. When my name was called, I straightened my tie, not to look respectable, but to feel the pressure at my throat. A reminder. I stepped into the courtroom alone. People think betrayal announces itself. A scream. A confession. Lipstick on a collar. They're wrong. Betrayal whispers. It waits until you're tired enough to doubt your own hearing. It started with exhaustion. Hers. Headaches. Long baths. Locked doors. A new vocabulary she used when she thought. I wasn't listening. Words about autonomy, boundaries, reclamation. I supported her. That's what partners do. I adjusted my life around her moods. I swallowed my questions. I convinced myself intimacy was seasonal. That absence was maturity. But absence has fingerprints. She stopped touching me like a person and started treating me like a utility. Something to be accessed when convenient. Disconnected when not. Then the late nights began. Work. Always work. She'd come home smelling like someone else's soap. Not perfume. Something cheaper. Familiar. Male. Still, I said nothing. Because the mind is a courtroom too, and denial is an excellent defense attorney. The first real fracture came the night she fell asleep with her phone unlocked. A message glowed on the screen. A name I didn't recognize. A sentence I did. I miss how you listen. I stood there for a long time. Not shaking. Not angry. Just precise. I didn't scroll. I didn't wake her. I didn't confront. I memorized the time. The wording. The absence of guilt. That was when I stopped being her husband and became her witness. I learned to live quietly inside my own head. Outwardly, nothing changed. I cooked. I smiled. I asked about her day. I kissed her cheek like a habit I was trying to quit slowly. Inside, I catalogued. Phone records. Calendar inconsistencies. Receipts that didn't match destinations. I learned her tells. The way her voice softened when she lied. The way she used my name when she needed something. I never raised my voice. Never accused. Accusations give liars something to fight. Evidence makes them fold. I requested copies of shared accounts. I documented withdrawals labeled self-care. I noted hotel charges during team retreats. I even scheduled a medical test. Quietly. Clinically. The results arrived in a thin envelope. That felt heavier than it should have. Negative. Relief didn't come. Clarity did. This wasn't about disease. It was about consent. About how she'd rewritten our marriage into a contract I never signed. At night, she slept soundly. I lay awake, drafting sentences in my head, not for arguments, but for affidavits. Love hadn't left me. It had simply been reassigned. To the truth. I chose the day carefully. She was energized, confident, already rehearsing her lines for court. She thought I'd beg, thought I'd panic. I handed her the folder at the kitchen table. No speech, no anger, just paper. She flipped through it too fast at first, then slower, then not at all. Her breath changed. "Where did you get this?" she asked. I shrugged. She laughed. A short, broken sound. "This won't hold." I met her eyes for the first time in weeks. "It already has." She went very still, not remorseful, cornered. Later, in court, her lawyer spoke for her. He talked about empowerment, about bodily autonomy, about how I'd been controlling, emotionally negligent. He glanced at me when I stood without counsel, smiled. The judge adjusted her glasses and began to read. The laughter died 3 paragraphs in. Financial manipulation, documented infidelity, coercive dynamics reversed under oath. My petition wasn't emotional. It was surgical. I watched her lawyer's hands as the judge continued, watched the confidence drain from his posture, watched him realize this wasn't a man defending himself. This was a man concluding a case. My wife didn't look at me. She stared straight ahead, as if stillness might erase consequence. When the judge finished, the silence felt earned. Her attorney cleared his throat, said my name wrong. The judge corrected him, then ruled. Clean, decisive, not vindictive, just accurate. As we stood to leave, she finally turned to me. "You planned this," she whispered. I nodded. Yes. That was all. Outside, the air felt different, lighter, or maybe I was. I didn't feel victorious. I felt complete. There's a difference. I didn't take her calls, didn't read her messages. The truth doesn't need witnesses once it's spoken aloud. People ask if I miss her. I don't. I miss the man I was before. I learn how quietly someone can steal from you while calling it love. But I don't mourn him. He taught me something valuable. That my body was never a resource. My silence was. And I'm done paying with it.